telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring. Yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart? Are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs. Are you willing to believe?
What's happening, man?
God, they all let me down.
I'll try again.
I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve it now.
No.
Worth it if you work for it.
This is ridiculous.
Worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me.
I'm coming out of this.
I won't stop till I wear the crown.
You know what? The biggest fact is 95% of the traders, they lose in the market. Yes, they don't make profit at all. That's the reality. How do we tackle this? What should we do? How do we become one of those top 5%? Let's see. Now let's look at an example. So suppose you're a trader. You are keeping a track of a particular stock for the last couple of months, maybe 5-6 months, or maybe a year or so, maybe more than a year. You've seen this particular stock going up to a particular level, and then it starts plunging down to a particular level. You know the 52-week high for the stock. You know the 52-week low for the stock. You know the stock moves in this range. It moves in between this and this price point, and it has moved between these price range a number of times. And now when you're sitting to make a trade on this stock is here at a 52-week low price point. You are excited, super duper excited. You think this is the right moment to buy the stock. You think this is it. You have found the multi-bagger. You have found gold in this industry. El Dorado. You found El Dorado. Is it? You do all the calculations. You revisit all your analysis. You revisit the stock history. You see the stock price patterns, the business movement patterns, how it, what it does during this period. Why does the stock moves between these two ranges? Why doesn't it break the upper high? Why doesn't it break the lower low? What happens? You have studied everything that's possible, that you can possibly think of, that you can possibly study, that you can possibly analyze on the stock. You have done everything, and now you're sitting at a point where the stock is at an all-time low, 52 weeks low. This is the golden moment for you. You are getting in. You are buying the stock. It's going to give you multiple returns. It's going to give you solid returns from here. It's going to go up until it reaches the top or the 52-week high once again. Even if it reaches 50, 60, 70% of this 52-week high, you're still going to make a huge profit out of this trade. You are getting in. You are putting in the trade. So what you do, you jump in. You put in the money that you have at hand. You put in, as per your risk, whatever you want to put in, a good hefty amount of money, thinking it is going to bounce up. It is going to bounce back. Your calculations are right. You have done everything that's possible. The stock is at a 52 weeks low. You have studied the stock thoroughly for the last 1.5 years. This has been the movement all throughout, and the stock has followed this pattern at least 3 or 4 times in the last couple of years. This is it. You get in, and then disaster strikes. The stock breaks the 52-week low. It goes down, further down. You were cautious. You thought you had taken the stop loss, but somehow that stop loss wasn't successfully executed. Maybe the software glitch didn't take the stop loss at all. You thought you had taken every possible security step to be safe and secure in this transaction. You thought so. You thought you had accounted for every possible disaster, every possible negative effects that could have possibly happened with the stock. You accounted for every one of those possibilities. You thought so. But the market is the master. Whatever you think, it just reacts very differently. Something else pops up and disrupts your plan altogether. So here is the crux. No matter what we do, how much we analyze, whatever we do, how much we study, how much we try to be specific with our information, it's hard to predict every possible adverse movement in the market. It is really, really very hard. What might look very attractive at the beginning of the trade might not be so very much attractive at the end of the trade, might not look very, very good while during the trade, or while you are on it, or while you are towards the end of it, or maybe after you have executed it altogether. Things might not fall in place as you have wished for. It happens all the time in the market. So what are your options? Number one, if you're wise, you should understand that certain things are beyond your control in this market. There are some things which you can control, but there are a lot of things which are beyond your control. It's something which you cannot do anything about it. You just have to live by it. That's the market. This is the first and the prime important thing that you should have in your mind, at the back of your mind, before even you enter the market. Number two, you should be skeptical, and you should not be obsessed with the possibility of an adverse event happening in the market. But you should be prepared for it to come. You should definitely be prepared for it to come. Control things that are in your control and accept things that are beyond your control. Psychologically, be ready to be prepared for the setbacks that come your way. Be prepared to accept them. Accept them as a human being. Be ready to imbibe them. Be ready to take them when it happens with you, when they happen with you. Do not overreact. Just coolly, calmly absorb them. Absorb whatever comes your way in the market. Disasters will happen. They are awful. They are a part of the market, and they will happen. They will come after you. You should go into the trading anticipating that it's going to come. You need to expect unpleasant things happening with you, so you can quickly take a U-turn and come back. You'll have to be ready to quickly cover up the losses and look for the next opportunity. See, you've got two options here. Either you can cry, repent on the trade that you have made, creep over it, beat yourself up that considering that you have not taken care of every possibility that is coming, that's going to come this way. So that's one option. Definitely you can take it. Or you can chalk up. You can quickly get over the trade, learn from the mistake that you've made, quickly get over and find a different trade and try and not repeat the same mistake that you've made earlier. So this is your choice number two. The most important thing is to be realistic. Be realistic, set realistic goals, do not take too much risk, set a limited amount of funds for your trading. Do not put your entire corpus or entire fund that you have allocated for the market into trading. Put a little bit as per your risk appetite. You see, chaos and uncertainty, they are two brothers. They come hand in hand in the market. They are always together. You can't expect chaos and not uncertainty. You cannot expect uncertainty and you don't expect chaos to come with it. This doesn't happen. If one comes, the other will follow. If one comes, the other will also follow. These two brothers, they come together anywhere and everywhere you go in this trading world. But the funny part is, one shows up, the other stays hidden. And when you start becoming heavy on this, the other shows up and saves his brother. So the best thing that you can do is, these two are brothers, take them, hold them by their hands, both of them together, and walk along. That's the best possibility that I can assure you that you would stay safer in the market by far. Accept their presence, accept that they are and they will be there all throughout your journey in the stock market. So pay their price and keep them with you. What's their price? The loss in your portfolio. That is the price to keep these two brothers happy. You have to incur some losses. As I said, you start being heavy on one, the other one will save his brother. You start being heavy on this, the other one will save his brother. So, the market brothers will save each other. You will have to incur the loss. So keep these two people happy, you will be happy. And when all three of you are happy, it's only and only then you can move along very swiftly in this market. And that is the only way you can win over trading. Happy trading. Till then, SG signing off. Goodbye.